We have lots of tools in the shop. We have grinders, lasers, 3D printers, forges, anvils, saws, a million hand tools, so many hammers, tongs for blacksmithing. I think 4 different toilet snakes, one of which requires a battery. And then I had my 12-gallon air compressor that did everything we needed to do until it tattooed Derek.
It's been sitting dormant. It had a broken gauge on it, so they didn't use it for quite a while. We're like, oh, we'll just swap the gauge out and we'll have a functional compressor. Turn it on and get it up to pressure, and I think there's probably 85, 90 pounds of pressure in the tank. So I go to put the hose in the coupler. The hose won't go in because the rubber inside the coupler has hardened. I need to bleed the pressure out of the tank so that I can take the coupler off and not blast it across the shop. So I tip it onto its back to access the little ball valve on the bottom, and I open the ball valve all the way, and it just kind of like barely leaks out, and it's just kind of like, so the valve is clogged. I'm just gonna have to like unscrew the valve and just, you know, let whatever's gonna happen. As I'm twisting the valve, the threads felt so smooth and so like, it was so easy to twist. I figured that like if the 90 pounds of pressure on the backside of that valve would create enough friction to where, like, if it was gonna be a big catastrophic event, I would be able to feel that friction in the twisting of the valve. So somewhere in the back of my head, the voice of reason was distantly shouting, "You should probably have gloves on." And I'm like, whatever, it's probably gonna sting something, I don't know. Which in hindsight was really stupid, because when that valve came off, it shot off like a bullet, and my right thumb and ring finger were directly in this path of 90 psi rust and metal shard spray that blasted so deep into my skin that I now have a rusty colored patch. That is the story of my first, parentheses, also non-consensual tattoo.
So we need a working compressor.
We are going to be installing a sandblasting cabinet. This is a crucial tool to be able to do that, and it expands the capacity of the shop in an extremely considerable way. The reason why we're driving to Idaho, they've got a high bay that they use as storage. There is a horizontal tank compressor with a 2-cylinder, multi-stage compressor that will do exactly what we need to do. So rather than spend $1,500 on, an 80-gallon, like a dual-cylinder compressor, brand new one, we have a perfectly functional one up in Idaho that we can use for free. We're going to go grab that.
We're outside the high bay. Derek's in the truck over there, all nice and warm, on the phone, talking to
friends.
900 numbers. Is that still a thing?
I sure hope so. We could call one and find out.
By the way, this is Kristen.
Hi.
This is her first time on the channel. Kristen is awesome.
So we're here to pick up a compressor. It is not this compressor. It is this compressor.
And we have to get it to that. That is heavy.
And
we have a tool that took 3 people to put into the truck to pick up the tool that we came up here to come get.
Well, we got to load it up. We got a cherry picker to help us unload it when that time comes.
Which pleasantly matches the color of the compressor.
You bought that compressor 40 years ago?
It's been 30.
It makes angry animal grunty sounds when you try and spin them.
Yeah.
The wheel.
It's a new day, obviously, and the compressor is still sitting in the back of the truck. We're off to Home Depot, our favorite store, mostly because it's so close. Our plan today is to take it off the truck, put it in the shop, and wire it in.
Mm-hmm. And make sure that a compressor that hasn't run in 30 years still works.
All right, this is where we say we've done the hard part. Now we have to do the other part. But I'm really nervous about getting this thing out of the truck.
Ground.
Or blue. Or yellow.
Yellow.
3, 2, 1. So she's running, but not too well. As you can see from our firing up footage, the motor is really struggling, and it's
We actually took the belts off of the motor to test it on its own,
Uh-huh.
and it was humming.
There's a little sticker on the side of the compressor that's got a checklist of all of the maintenance things that we need to do. One of the things is lubricating the motor bearings every week, and that hasn't been done in 3 decades.
least.
Plus, it said to lubricate the crankcase, the crankcase, which is actually going to be a pretty fun project because I know how a single stage compressor works. Like
We have our trusty DeWalt.
our little
here.
15-gallon DeWalt here.
This is a good little compressor. It served me well for 10 years. We need to make a correction. Derek, you called the DeWalt the baby compressor.
Yeah.
This is
That's
the baby compressor.
our compressor capabilities in the last few weeks.
Thanks for watching. Stay tuned to for our next video.
The next video is going to be a build video.
It's a build video, okay? So stop watching this video and go make something.